Now, speaking of Dusty, memories of matches that you and Ivan had against Dusty and Nikita.
Dusty was so dang easy. All he had to do was hit his elbow and fly. I mean, it was great working with those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say this a million times. Everybody that we went against, I never had a bad time with them because nobody was ever selfish because I think they knew that I wasn't selfish.
Yeah. Now, what about memories? You had some matches before you left the territory with Barry Windham.
God, that Barry Windham. Oh, could he work? A tall, good-looking Southern kid. I mean, and he could fly. He could do everything. He was a great guy to come in and have a few matches with.
Mm-hmm.
Because we never worked an angle or anything. It was just 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
And from what I heard with everybody is you never had to worry about getting hurt with him. And he wasn't selfish. You could do whatever you want. And you could lead the match and he'd follow you because he trusted you. So it was a good time.
Wow. Now, was it weird when Dusty came in and he went from being a powerful booker to now just being one of the boys?
No, and what's funny, he's such a smart son of a gun. Because I think Vince was trying to bury him.
Yeah.
And they gave him the polka dotted gimmick and all that
Sapphire.
stuff. Yeah. I mean, dang, Dusty took it and ran with it and became somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who were, in the Carolinas, who were your favorite guys to work with?
Favorite guys were the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
I mean, phenomenal.
Yeah.
They were the easiest. You knew you weren't going to get hurt. It was just, that was the deal.
Yeah. Wow. Now, what are your memories of the matches that you had with Dutch Mantel and Bobby Jaggers, the Kansas Jayhawks?
Oh, down in Florida.
In Crockett. When they came up to Crockett, they did the Kansas Jayhawk gimmick in Florida.
Gosh. Well, Dutch ended up being the booker in Florida
before
I left. And so we got to be good friends. They were real easy to work with.
Yeah.
But it was never, they had them kind of baby faces. And, you look at those two guys and they ain't baby faces. Yeah, I mean, we had great matches and everything, but it wasn't like working with the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
And, almost 18 years I was in this business. The most over that we were was me and Ivan Koloff against the Rock and Roll Express.
Wow.
I mean, out of, me and Axe and, things were over, but never like that little 2-3 month run that we had with those guys.
Yeah.
It was the most unbelievable thing ever.
Wow.
And I bet you 90% of the guys in the whole business have never gone through something like that.
Yeah.
That's how over that was.
So throughout, would it be safe to say that throughout your entire career, even, in the future, that we haven't talked about yet, those rock and roll matches are your favorite matches?
Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah.
And I've said that for, and it's hard to beat that.
Yeah.
When you have every single person in a building hating your guts and loving them more than, they're like Elvis Presley back then,
Yeah.
I mean, it was as much as a heel you could be and as much as a babyface you could be and going against them. And 90% of the people in this whole business have never even been into that situation.
Wow.
So it was a really lucky deal.
Yeah.
But that was Ivan Koloff and, and myself, and it was the Rock and Roll Express. So, we made it that way.
Yeah.
And Dusty made it that way. Dusty was the one who created that whole storyline to get it to that part.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Now, we talked a little bit about him earlier, and you said you had a real fondness for him, Paul Bosch. You actually wrestled Mil Mascaris at his retirement show. What do you remember about that match in the retirement show? A lot of people say that Mil's kind of difficult to work with.
Oh, he was easy as hell.
Was he? Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird because, he'd try to do all this stuff to you that you didn't even know was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I never liked that.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to, know what somebody was doing, I mean, when somebody's going to grab you by the, pick you up and slam you, and you don't know if they're going to slam your head in there or if you should duck or, and you don't want to be like that. And that's kind of how he was.
Yeah.
But he was so dang easy, it was unbelievable.
Huh.
I mean,
now was it was it kind of emotional being that it was the Paul Bosch retirement show and you thought so fondly of Paul from your younger days?
yeah, he's such a dang nice guy. Out of everybody in the business, he is probably the nicest guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you say? The guy's retiring, and
yeah. God bless him for having that many years in the wrestling business, right?
Yeah, and it's just a stepping stone for him to move on, and I don't know.
Now, when Junkyard Dog left the territory and went to the WWF, how did things change in the territory?
Well, it still was hot.
Yeah.
But we missed the Junkyard Dog, And I remember at the airport one day, the Junkyard Dog says, Barry, he goes, Vince McMahon offered me a ton of money. You got to go work for Vince.
Yeah.
And I was nobody at the time. Krusher Krushchev just starting out. So I couldn't call Vince and ask for a job. But Vince was calling up all the top guys everywhere. And Duggan thought, since all those top guys are going there, well, Louisiana needs a top guy, so Duggan stayed there. Yeah. And it was a good move for Jim. Yeah. He was the top dog. And he took over for the Junkyard Dog.
Of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.